What's up, it's you? For today's video, we've a full Glameow evolution team. So we've got Glameow and we've got Purugly. Probably not the most popular Pokemon, but here we are. So I'll be using the normals and the shinies to make up a full team of 4. We've got a lot of abilities. We've got Thick Fat, Own Tempo, Limber, Defiant, and Keen Eye. I wasn't able to use all 5 abilities, so I left out Keen Eye. I thought that one would be the most acceptable to leave out. That pretty much just bypasses accuracy and stuff like that. Now, if you do want to check me out on Twitch, that's where I do all my streams, Pokemon sweeps, that sort of stuff. Let's get into today's battles. We've got 4 of them today on BDSP, and we've got some interesting opponents and teams here. So we've got a battle. This one's against Selvin, and we've got a Sunflora lead. Now, my first Pokemon is going to be Purugly here. And one thing with Glameow, I seem to always, sometimes I'll call it Purloin accidentally, but you know, I'm actually referring to Glameow. So I'm probably going to do that in today's video. So we got a special Purugly here. We've got Thunder, Shadow Ball, Hyper Beam, and Work Up. What I wanted to do, I like to always have like a physical variant of one of the fully evolved ones and then like a special variant. This thing isn't the greatest on the special side, so I thought I'd whack on Hyper Beam and cross my fingers and hope for the best. No, it's actually alright on the special side. So we got Hyper Beam here, doing a big chunk of damage to Sunflora. Sunflora is going to be going for an ingrain, so it's going to be planting them roots there. I mean, it is a flower after all, and it's going to be giving us some health recovery. Now, I am on recharge this turn, so I can't do anything at the moment. Now the Sunflora is going to go for a Bullet Seed. It's a physical set, which is interesting. Normally, you only see the special ones, but man, physical set on Sunflora is probably going to even be more barren than the special side, and that's very, very barren. So that hit me 4 times, doing some pretty good damage there, and it's going to get some more health recovery. At this stage, a Shadow Ball will not take Sunflora out, so I need to go for the Hyper Beam here to finish it off. So firing another Hyper Beam at the Sunflora. It's not often you get to see Purugly firing out Hyper Beams. And I got to say this too, is there anyone out there watching this video whose favourite Pokemon, like actually favourite Pokemon, is Purugly or Glameow? I mean, I feel that's like one of those Pokemon that not that many people like. I mean, I don't mind it myself, but I was just really, really curious. And of course, if you like the videos, people, drop a like on the video. It really does help me out and helps you out too, because you can see it in your subscription box. Next Pokemon is going to be Ludicolo, and it's dancing in the rain. It's going to be going for a Tri-Attack there. It's a troll set. Like, watch this, right? So it didn't take me out. Obviously, they're going to try and get some sort of status of Tri-Attack. It's a pretty low chance, so I went Thunder because, you know what, it was 100% actually, and I thought maybe I can get a Paralyze. And now the Ludicolo's got Fury Swipes. I think what their set was based on was to try and get some status with a Tri-Attack and then use Fury Swipes and possibly try and flinch with it, like a King's Rock or something like that. I could be wrong, but it sort of sounded like that. I fired off another laser here, and that's going to be the end of Ludicolo. Could we get a sweep with special Hyper Beaming Purugly? Only on Pimpnite channel, baby. So we got our Lantern coming out here. Now, it's going to have a Quick Draw as item, and it's going to get a Stockpile up. So it's going to be boosting its defense and special defense. Now, there is no way I'll get around Lantern's extreme bulk now, so I'll have to probably either swap out or maybe just keep going for Shadow Balls, try and dropping. I thought, nah, there's not really much worth doing that. I'll swap into Glameow because I've got a physical set. Now, Glameow's shiny isn't all that bad. It's like a nice purpley color. And Lantern's going to go for another Stockpile. Like, okay, it's a really, really tanky set here, which is interesting. Now, that first Purugly had Thick Fat as the ability, and we had Wide Lens as the item, so I could land those lower accuracy moves like Hyper Beam and Thunder. I just didn't want to miss Hyper Beam, I guess. So we got a Home Claw set with Flail, Bite, and Dig. I've got Own Tempo as ability, which would be handy, and it came into effect there, which is really, really fun. I was like, I don't know if I'll get this one to activate, and it did, so it's really, really cool. I've got a couple of Home Claws up here. What I was trying to do is get around all of Lantern's stockpile boost, and now Lantern's got Water Gun in the rain. So Water Gun is about a 2-hit KO, so I'm going to go for Bite. I'm going to try and flinch this thing. Unfortunately, it's going to get another Water Gun off, and it didn't fake. I was like, wow, that was a lucky roll of damage there. So it looks like I got like a max roll, then a min roll. I was able to get a flail off, then the Lantern had a flail. I'm like, what? It was like super, super lucky there. And that's going to take up my Glameow. But man, what was the chance of us both having flail? What is this Lantern set? Stockpile, Water Gun, and flail on the Pimpnite channel, baby. So the next Pokemon I'm going to bring is Purugly. I might as well finish off the Lantern. And that's actually 3 Pokemon down for the Hyper Beaming Purugly. So, you know, things are looking pretty good. I actually don't know if I've done a Glameow or a Purugly sweep at all on my channel. I'll have to actually have a look. Anyway, in comes Big Kingler. It's going to go for a Sword Dance on my recharge again with the Hyper Beam. So I thought, well, I've got Thunder. You know, Kingler's special defense isn't all that good. So I fired off Thunder. It's not going to miss as good. And Kingler is going to go down to 1 health. It's going to focus Sash. I'm like, wow, that's really, really lucky there. So now I got to paralyze. Like, okay, this is really good. I got to paralyze. And then they couldn't attack, which is super lucky. So I've got no idea what move Kingler is actually going to be doing there, but obviously Purugly is going to faint. Kingler's got like a lot of attacks, so, you know, I was definitely going to faint. So very, very lucky on my part there is what I meant earlier on. So the next Pokemon's going to be Gorobus. It's like, wow, I mean, I've taken 4 Pokemon. Let's go for High Beam. I've got nothing to lose here. So firing out the High Beam, I think it's coming out of Purugly's stomach by the looks of it, and Gorobus goes down in 1 shot, which did surprise me a little bit. I thought it would just actually live on like a little bit of health, but that's 5 Pokemon down. Next Pokemon's going to be Munchlax. It's like, oh, okay. So now Munchlax is going to go for a fling, and it's going to fling a disrespect amulet coin, and that's the end of my Purugly. It's fainted, but that's half my team gone, but Purugly took out half a team, like nearly all of the teams. That was really, really good. Next Pokemon's going to be Glameow. This is a choice card for Retaliate set. I've got Limber as the ability, U-turn, Assurance, Play Rough, and Retaliate. I've got max attack and max speed, and Adam and Nature as the EV spread. So it's not bad at revenge killing a Pokemon if you can sacrifice a Pokemon off, then bring it in, and then you'll get double base power and take them out. So that's going to be the end of the Munchlax there. It went for stockpile, but Glameow actually did like way too much damage. So very, very close there to a Purugly special. Thank you, Selvin, for the battle. And I will say, that was some really cool sets there by my opponent. They were a little bit unlucky in some parts of that battle, too. Next battle, this is against Romain, and we've got a 4 versus 3 battle. Now, their team is going to be all the legendary beasts. I was like, wow, I don't know how I'm going to go against this. So I've got the Glameow lead here. Now, Raikou is going to be pretty fast and going to be hitting, pretty powerful too. So I've got Flail and Dig. It's like, well, Dig's going to do super effective damage. I don't know if I outspeed it. I am running Jolly Nature, so let's see. However, it is a Raikou. It's very, very fast, so it's going to paralyze me with Thunder Wave there. So I think, okay, well, that's not all that bad. At least I can get an attacking move off. And then I get paralyzed first. I was like, man, that really, really sucks. And now Entei's going to... Not Entei. Now Raikou is going to go for the charge. How is that even Entei? I guess they're both legendary beasts. It was... I'm just going to pretend it was red instead of yellow. So go for Flail here, because I thought they may attack me this turn, but they went for a status move. And so I've got Thunder Wave, Charge, and Charge Beam. Interesting set. Charge Beam is definitely going to take me all the way down to my Focus Sash here. And I was actually able to get another Flail off here after the Raikou got a special attack boost. I didn't get paralyzed, and that does ginormous damage, almost dropping it. Unfortunately, it is going to be having a Citrus Berry, so it does get some of the health back. So if I didn't get paralyzed before, I would have been able to take this Pokemon out. So I was a little bit unlucky there, but, that's the way it goes sometimes. So that's the end of Glameow. Don't worry, I've still got 3 other cat Pokemon to bring in here. So I thought to myself, okay, I can bring in my other Glameow that's Choice Scarf, and they probably won't expect me to outspeed them here, and I can go for Retaliate and finish the Raikou off. Actually, I have to go for Retaliate because none of my other moves will take it out. Glameow's attack is... it's not very good. I mean, Purugly's not bad, but Purugly's actually quite fast in its speed. It's got a reasonable amount of bulk to it, considering, and its attack's pretty good too, but, Glameow's really, really bad. So that's going to be the end of Raikou. I outsped it with the Choice Scarf. Thank goodness I bought a Choice Scarf one. And the next Pokemon, now Entei's going to come in. It's like, okay, Entei, well... I can't swap out. Let's go ahead and go for a Retaliate again. So outspeeding that, and actually getting some pretty good damage considering it's not double base power. Now Entei's going to go for a Sunny Day here. Probably expecting me to swap, and I didn't. So that means I'm able to get 2 rounds of Retaliate damage off before my, Glameow meets its inevitable demise. So then I was like, you know what? I'm going to swap out here and go into Purugly, because this one's got Thick Fat, if you remember. So it's going to have Flame Wheel as an attacking move. That's really, really cool. Since I had the Thick Fat there, it hardly did any damage to it, so it halves the damage of Fire and Ice moves. Otherwise, that Flame Wheel would have one-shotted like every Pokemon on my team. Now it's going to have Stomp, so it's a Stomp and Flame Wheel, so that's nasty, because I was actually able to get a Hype Beat off, but that could have flinched me. That's got a 30% chance of flinch Stomp, and Flame Wheel's got a chance to burn as well, so maybe they're going for the burn and Stomp combination. So it's going to hit me with another Stomp, and that's going to be the end of Purugly. But once again, I can bring in my Glameow and actually mop up this battle as well. Wait, no, my Purugly, not my Glameow. So bring in my physical set here. This has got Fake Out. Both of these sets are going to be faster. So I've got Fake Out, Facade, Shadow Claw, and U-turn. That's why I brought it in, because my opponent obviously knew that I'd be Choice Scarf and they may swap out. So I decided to bring that in and clap the Entei Entei, and that's going to be the end of it. Now, this set, I don't think you got to see this last time. This was a Defiant set with Toxic Orb, and we got Fake Out and Facade. So it was pretty, is a pretty hard hitter. So going for Facade on Suicune. Suicune is very bulky on the defensive side, and now it's going to go for Rain Dance. But my Facade did so much damage to it. I'm like, I think this is going to take it out because it was very, very close. It depends on whether it was a min or max roll anyway. So got the Toxic Orb damage here, which is fine. I'm going to go for the Facade here, and that is actually going to take out the Suicune. Now, I'd say Suicune was going for a water move afterwards. Let's say it took me out there. I could have easily brought in my Glameow, gone for a Choice Scarf, Retaliate, and taken out. So I think that was pretty much over there. Next get on battle here. This is against Snoop. I should have uploaded this one yesterday, the D-O-double-G. So we got the Glameow here. Wait, it's a cat versus dog, if you get what I'm saying. So we got the Claydol lead, and I've got my Glameow. So we're going to try and get some Hone Claws up in this matchup. I was a little bit worried about Claydol, though, because it can have like light screen and reflect and stuff like that. And as soon as I was thinking that, it happened. Like, it always happens that way. So now it's going to get the reflect up. So I'm going to need even more Hone Claws boost just to get around them. So I've got 2 Hone Claws boost up. That's a +2 in attack, which is good. But I'm going to need like another 1 or 2 to be able to even do like any sort of like remote amounts of damage. So it's got reflect and light screen up. It might have Light Clay as the item to extend them out for 8 turns instead of 5, but I'm not, not too sure yet, because unlike Sword and Shield, you can't see a lot of the things like that. You can't see, what Pokemon are remaining on the other person's team, like little things like that that are very, very handy. So it's going to go for Explosion. The boy, I've got the Focus Sash though, so I'm going to be able to live that one. And it's actually quite good because I can go for a fully powered up Flail at +2, which is going to be, very, very powerful. Unfortunately here, I've got the Reflect up, so I would have been like going super crazy. So next Pokemon's Darkrai. I'm going to go for the Flail, and Darkrai is going to be no more. That was Jolly Nature too, so they must be running like Modest or something on their Darkrai. Next Pokemon is going to be King, and that's going to be Aerodactyl. I was like, uh-oh. So, rock types, if you haven't noticed, the movesets that I was bringing were actually really, really good against my team. Except for my special Purugly. But the problem with that is it didn't really hit very hard. Even with Modest Nature, it wasn't exactly the most, amazing Pokemon in the world. So I bring in my Glameow here just for a little bit of a, retaliate damage, and it did nothing. That was double base power. I didn't expect much anyway. It's not very effective. Now the Aerodactyl is going to go for a Substitute. And this is where my problems really started in this battle. This was a large portion of the battle, trying to get past this Aerodactyl. I also found it funny that the leftovers, if you look at the leftovers animation, it sort of has it where the Aerodactyl used to be before it used Substitute, which is really, really interesting. Like, it's this funny thing about BDSP. They've got their little quirks and glitches. So now it's up there, but you'll see after it goes beyond the Substitute. So it's going to go for Rock Slide. Somehow I lived that one, and now it's going to get some leftovers. And you can see they're in like the air above it. And that's not the only instance things actually occur above a flying Pokemon. I think there's another thing very, very soon I'll show you. So go for the Retaliate there. Yeah, and even Retaliate is above the Substitute too. It's like, I guess it sort of looks where the moving sprite is before the animation and stuff like that, and it locks it in that place, and then it goes into I don't know, like it just looks sort of funny. But that's going to be the end of my Glameow. Both my Glameows. I hope I haven't caught a I hope I haven't caught a Purloin in this battle yet. Maybe actually, I don't think I have. So anyway, the Reflect is gone. We're going to bring in my Purugly here. I guess you know how I get it wrong. Because Purugly and Glameow, right? And then I think of Purugly, but then I say Purloin, I get mixed up that way, like, you know what I mean? So anyway, it's going to go for a Tornado. I went for Shadow Ball because I just wanted to break the sub, and I do want to miss. See, look, even Shadow Ball went for where the Aerodactyl was flying in the sky too, but it's sort of like, it looks like it missed a Substitute, which is quite funny. I don't think actually even Sword and Shield doesn't do that. I'm pretty sure. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it still would fire at the Substitute. So anyway, Aerodactyl just kept spamming Rock Slide over and over again. Even my Purugly is going to be a 2-hit KO. Finally, I get it exposed so it doesn't have a Substitute up. Thunder does a lot of damage, but unfortunately, Aerodactyl is going to be able to live that because, Purugly's special attack is garbage, So it's only got a little bit of health left out, and this one was actually a speedy set too, and I was thinking, well, Purugly's pretty quick. This one, this one was Timid Nature. This was a Timid Nature Purugly. I wonder one really, really fast one. So I was like, well, I know the Aerodactyl is very, very fast too, but, I wasn't really expecting to outspeed it, but I thought it'd be quite close. So I got a special defense drop on Aerodactyl. It's going to get some more leftovers here. So it's pretty much going to be able to take me out with another rock slide here. I'm going to shake off the taunt, not that I was going to do anything, and Aerodactyl's going to go for a rock slide, and that's the end of my Purugly. All I've got left now is my other Purugly, which is the physical one. No, this one was the jolly one. That was the modest one. Sorry, I'm getting my Puruglys and Glameows mixed up. So going into Purugly now, I can go for an attacking move. It's going to go for taunt there. So I was like, well, I was definitely going to attack that. I guess maybe they thought I might have a status move. So I went for Shadow Claw here, going for a crit, and it did absolutely nothing, which really, really sucks. So at this point, I'm like, well, I may as well just go for Facade, because at least a stab, and now it's going to be double base power, because I've got the Toxic up. So I've got absolutely nothing to lose here. So now Aerodactyl's going to throw another substitute up. It is running out of health to do that, though. I'm guessing they were hoping that I didn't break the substitute. So, sorry, I went for one more Shadow Claw, so I thought I might be able to get a crit, but since they put the substitute up, I actually ended up getting the crit, which is very lucky. So that actually saved them from fainting this turn. So now they're either they have to go for a rock slide this turn to try and take me out. But funny enough though, so I took some toxic damage here, and my Purugly outsped and went for the Shadow Claw and took the Aerodactyl out. So that was nice, actually. Taking that Aerodactyl out before that, when my Purugly actually fainted there. So there's one more Pokeball left here. And that was also another counter Pokemon. It was a Rampardos. So Rampardos isn't exactly what you call a fast Pokemon, but since it's a rock type, and I didn't have a lot of coverage moves against it, I knew that it'd be able to leave my move, but man, I did some great damage. Like, it was almost half health coming from the start. Now Rampardos is going to go for a Rock Plunge, boosting its speed by 2 stages. And I'm like, well, even though I'm very, very fast with Purugly, at a +2 in speed, that's a lot. So I don't think I'm going to be able to outspeed this. I went for Facade again, and it's going to go for a Zen Headbutt. Coming off its huge attack stat, that's going to be more than enough to take out Purugly. But a pretty close battle there, considering that Aerodactyl stalled me out really hard. I mean, Aerodactyl nearly beat my team there by itself. Thank you for the battle, Snoop. Let's get on to another one. This is against Pimpnite.au. It's a troll that comes into my streams here and there and brings like naughty Pokemon, like this shiny Celebi that, Celebi can't be in the game yet, and it's shiny as well. If you see my Deoxys video the other day, this sort of falls under the same sort of thing. So we got the Celebi going for Stealth Rock to begin things with. I went with my Purloin as lead. Like I normally did in most battles, because I thought, well, I can get this as a good lead Pokemon. Plus, if anyone set any entry hazards up like Stealth Rock, Spikes, Toxic Spikes, anything along those lines, I could easily go for, get that activation and have a powered up flail there, because, Purloin isn't. Glameow isn't very bulky. Damn, I did it. So anyway, I should have said nothing, because I wouldn't have made that mistake, but it's okay. So what I wanted to do here is I want to try and get as many flinches to get the Celebi as I could. Celebi set up grassy terrain, which is also, it's not allowed to have that move. That's actually a transfer only move. How does it even get online? And next Pokemon's going to be a shiny Jirachi. So here we go again. We got like a full team of hack shiny Pokemon here. And obviously they called their name Pimpnite.au to try and roast me and stuff like that. So I've got my Bite Glameow here, and it's going to be hitting very, very hard on Jirachi. I got a flinch. It's actually quite nice to get flinches against Jirachi, because normally Jirachi is the Pokemon with Serene Grace, and it's normally dishing out all the flinches. So I thought, well, let's go for another Home Claws here. I might be able to take this Jirachi out. Might even be able to sweep this team, yeah? Now Jirachi's going to go for Ice Punch, which is another naughty move, because there's no way you can get Ice Punch on Jirachi without Pokemon Home Transfer, It's completely illegal, but what's happened here? If you have seen my Deoxys video from the other day, someone brought 4 shiny Deoxys with all the forms, and Deoxys hasn't even been introduced to the game yet, exactly like Celebi. They're somehow coming online, but somehow Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl stops all the clone glitching, right? But they allow all the hack Pokemon to come online, which it's. To me, that's sort of out of order. I feel like you should do that first and then fix up the, not even bother about the clone glitch, fixing that up. But anyway, that's going to be the end of Jirachi. I got around to it. And then, of course, the next Pokemon's going to be Mew. And, it's going to be shiny as well. So we got Celebi, Jirachi, and Mew. So it's going to go for Payday. Now, Payday, you've got to get that from Sword and Shield or Gen 1. So, there's another hack Pokemon. That's 3 in a row now. So it's going to have, I think that's Life Orb Payday, I think. Hopefully my Purugly can have a payday if I can get this done. So I'm going to swap into our Purugly, and now Mew's going to go for a workup. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's got Maybe it's got a special move too, like, obviously work up, boost attack, and special attack. So with my Purugly, I decided to go for work up too. It's quite funny. We both use work up on the same turn. A lot of the time, I found I didn't get a chance to use work up on Purugly. Like, a lot of the time, it would get, like, one-shotted or have to do some damage really quickly before I got my butt kicked. But yeah, that's pretty much how it went with this team because it was not a good team, let's be real. And fighting type Pokemon, like real fast ones can come in here. Like, there's a couple of battles I had where Infernape just came in and pressed the A button with Mach Punch 4 times in one. I'm not joking. So, like, there was some really, like, one-sided battles like that, as you can imagine. So go for the Shadow Ball on the Mew here. So again, that's going to be enough to take it out. So it was a payday Mew. Obviously, they're meme sets, but it is quite funny that these are allowed to become online. Next Pokemon is going to be the Celebi we've seen from before there. And Celebi, we've seen it's got Grass Ray, and it's got Weather Ball too. So that's another banned move that it can't have. Now, since this Purugly actually has Thick Fat, it doesn't take me out, which is really, really funny. I can go for a boosted Shadow Ball there, and Celebi only just managed to live. Now it's going to take me out with another Weather Ball. Oh, it's got a berry too. What's this going to be? Some sort of hack berry? Nah, it's just a normal citrus berry. I think you can get all the berries in the game. Now, I don't think there's any in VDSP. I think there's nothing you can't get. I'm pretty sure off the top of my head. Unless they're like really obscure berries that haven't been in the game for many generations. So that's going to be the end of my Purugly. We're going to bring in my Glameow as the next Pokemon. So this is the... this is the Choice Scarf one. So I went for Retaliate here on the Celebi, and that's going to be more than enough to take it out. I like how it does Retaliate, and it sort of holds its paw out there, so it's like sort of doing like a slap. Actually kind of makes me a little bit sad too, because Wake Up Slap's not in the game anymore. Last Pokemon's going to be Manaphy, and of course on top of that, it's going to be Shiny too. So, this... in the BDSP, you can't actually get the shiny Manaphy because it's coded as the Manaphy. It can't be shiny, so you can only get it from, the Pokemon Ranger game, which is something I've actually been working on myself, and I've actually been doing it on my stream a long time ago. I sort of took a big break from it, but I am going to hopefully restart that hunt, early on next year. But that's, another story. If you're on my Twitch stream, you know about that. So I went for Retaliate there. I've got a crit, and all this Manaphy is doing is using Psychic at the moment. So that's going to take out my Glameow in 2 shots. So bye-bye Glameow. I've got Purugly left as the last Pokemon. I was like, well, Purugly can take this thing out easy, unless it's got like a Choice Scarf or something like that, which it didn't because I outsped it. So I know that I can take this out, and I'll be able to live whatever move that Manaphy actually does me. So going to that Facade there, doesn't take the Manaphy out because I didn't have the Toxic Orb boost. It's going to use Psychic again. I guess I'll try to drop my Special Defense. Even a Water-type move I don't think would have taken me out there, but it would have been close, I'd say. But that's it. That's the final 4th battle for today's team, the Glameow Evolution team, with 4 different opponents and some crazy teams. Hope you really enjoyed it. I'll be back tomorrow. We have a double upload tomorrow, a double theme team upload. Okay, people, peace out.